Hello my wonderful Scorpios, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be doing a general 2019 yearly reading for you guys. So before we begin, I'm just going to shuffle up the cards, and I'd first like to note that I am not in my usual location. I'm back home visiting my parents for the holidays, so I apologize if you hear background noise. Those are my animals. My dog's currently drinking water right now, and also this is a general reading, so not everything, everything might not resonate, and that is definitely a-okay. Alright, so just going to give it one more shuffle. Make sure that you check out your sun, moon, and rising signs, and watch those just to get, the most full effect of the reading that we possibly can. Alright, so with that, I'm going to cut the deck. Man, my dog's very thirsty. Okay, and let us begin. Alright, so Scorpios. Ooh, alright, already getting messages out. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so you have 3 cards. Interesting. Okay, so you have the Ace of Wands in reverse, or the Ace of Swords in reverse, pardon me, the Queen of Wands, and then the Seven of Cups. Okay, so instantly what I'm seeing is that there's going to be a decision that needs to be made, but with the Ace of Swords, I kind of feel like, this decision is a difficult one, right? I feel like you're going to have to kind of take on this persona of the Queen of Wands and have this kind of leadership position and be very upfront and, concise and make this decision, but it's going to be a difficult one, okay? That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that it might be one that you don't really have any natural inclination to, and so because of that, it's kind of you don't really know exactly what to do. You're kind of confused. You're like, hey, should I go one way? Should I go this way? It's not going to be an easy decision. I feel like this decision might be something that will affect kind of the course of your life. And so this is going to be one that you really need to take into careful consideration and really see if you can trust your intuition and what your intuition has to say on it. But let's see what else comes out. Just to see if there's any clarification on that. Okay, oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, so we have 2 major arcana cards that just came up. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that we have the Empress and the Sun. So I'm seeing that, you're definitely going to need to take this kind of leadership position and this leadership role in order to really make that decision. But I feel like if you do that and you trust your intuition and you go with your gut and you pick what you really feel is going to be the best, you have the Sun card following. So I feel like it's going to ultimately be a fine decision. Everything's going to work out well. No need to worry about that. Okay? So let's see what other messages we have for Scorpio in the year of 2019, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we have the Hermit. Right. Year of self-reflection, a year of introspection, a year of figuring out who you are. I also see maybe coming in to figure out your spiritual, intuitive psychic gifts. I don't know why that came to mind, but that did. But yeah, I see basically this being a year of working on yourself, okay? I feel like this is kind of a focal point that you need to, because I don't know, personally with Scorpios is I find them to be very true friends. They're very passionate. Scorpios get a lot of hate, but they are, in my experience, they're decent people. They try to put other people first. I know I have a Scorpio who's an empath, so she, they're constantly just working on, helping other people. She's very much trying to, help other people and stuff like that. So I feel like that might have been you. I feel actually a good portion of you guys are very kind of similar in that nature, where you do put others first, you do, care for your friends a lot, stuff like that. You go out of your way. And I'm not saying, like to not do that, but I'm seeing to also make yourself a priority, okay? Because I feel like you guys have prioritized other people, and kind of have put yourself on the back burner. I feel like you really should prioritize yourself too, okay? So that's what I'm seeing with that. So I got some more messages in here for you guys. So let's see what else we got. All right. Ooh, interesting. So I'm so sorry about that. This is the second time that this has happened. My phone someone decided to call me in the middle of my readings because I use my phone to film and then my phone rings. Anyway, but basically the next card that fell out for you was the Seven of Wands. However, it fell out in the reverse. Like it fell out right side up, but then landed in the reverse position. So I feel like there might be some big turmoil and conflict that's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm feeling really strong like emotions with this, so I feel like there's definitely gonna be this, I'm trying to find the word for it, but it's basically like, it's not exactly like an argument because it's not like something that's like one and done. It's kind of this like progression of like annoyances and irritating things between someone or multiple people that ultimately it's like kind of riling you up inside a little bit. It's kind of giving you these really, really intense emotions. I mean, Scorpio already is a very intense sign, but like, I don't know, for some reason, I'm gonna pull a clarifier card for this one to see exactly what you're dealing with. So let's see, because there's some very strong emotions coming through with that card. Ooh, wow. Okay, interesting. So you have the Tower. So that makes, I'm just laughing because it makes so much sense. Yeah, so there you're definitely going to have this kind of change. I feel like cutting people out is something that might come up for you guys. Again, this is kind of going with the first three cards that I pulled. Having to make that decision, like maybe not necessarily going to make everyone happy. It's going to be some conflict in deciding this. I feel like with that decision, yeah, I felt like it was an important decision, and this explains why, because it's a tower, like it's the Tower, right? So you're basically going to have to make this decision, and it's going to eventually, it's going to tear down the structure so you can even out the foundation and build it back up into something that's better and more positive. Hence, we had the Sun card come out. And so I feel like Scorpios tend to be, I don't want to say people pleasers, but they tend to be very true friends. And so I feel that you might have to pull out some very blunt honesty. You know what I mean? And so that's why I feel like this kind of conflict comes in, is this like hard emotional, distress, because you're going to have this tower that, needs to come down, but it's going to be kind of like resisting. I feel like you're not going to want to do it. And I also feel like people around you are not going to be pushing for you to do this. So just be wary of that. But yeah, again, I think ultimately it's going to end up being a good thing. You have the Sun card. So I feel like ultimately you're going to end up, it's going to end up being a positive thing. But in the moment, and for a couple of weeks after that, I'm seeing it's going to be very, very stressful, very, very emotional distress and stuff like that. Okay. Whew. I feel like there's one more message in here for you guys. So one or two more, depending on what, the cards say, but I feel like we are not done yet. So let's see what else we got for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the year of 2019. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay. Wow, I didn't even see that these two cards came out. Okay, yeah, so we have the Nine of Wands, or not Wands, why do I keep saying Wands? The Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, okay, so what I'm seeing is you're going to have this distress, this, anxiety, this worry about this hard decision that you're going to have to make, and it eventually is going to feel like you didn't choose the right path. That's what it's going to feel like. Is you're going to feel like you chose the wrong thing, that things aren't occurring in the way that you wanted them. But remember, this is 9 and then this is 10. 10 is the number of completion, right? So with a 10, you then have this Tower, right? And so because of this actually goes at the beginning, because the Tower is what's going to stem all of this, right? But 10's number of completion, right? You needed to have this done. You needed to have this you know, over and done with. It needed to be gone. It needed to be ended, right? But with everything completed and with you going through this, you're going to have the Sun card, right? You're going to have the happiness. You're going to have the positivity. You know, you're going to have all of that good stuff, right? So when you get into that feeling of emotional distress and panic and anxiety and depression and worry, just know that the Sun card is following, all right? Just know that this hard situation that you're currently going through is going to end up being beneficial towards you. And I feel like I feel relief, and like you're not even going to be worried about it. Like once the Sun card hits, you're going to completely forget that all like the negativity that had happened to you, and you're going to be like, wow, this is great. Like, I did ultimately make the right choice. Like, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, yeah, I still feel like there's another message for you guys. So, let us see. Still feel compelled to pull more cards. Oh my goodness. Ugh, okay. Whew. Strong message with you guys here. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, yeah, that's super interesting. Okay. So we have the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And we also have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is you might meet this kind of Knight of Swords, this knight in shining armor, who I feel like is also, he might be, I don't know why I'm feeling fire sign energy right now, but I am. I wish I had an explanation for that, but I feel very, like, powerful, very forceful. I mean, like, I know that this is, a sword card, but like I'm feeling, you know, like just very aggressive, but like in a good way, you know what I mean? Not like forceful or anything, but like just this very excited energy. And I feel like that might light a spark within you guys. You know, with the High Priestess, I'm seeing almost put on a pedestal, but it's like you deserve to be put on that pedestal, right? It also is a sign of intuition and like psychic abilities, which I feel like with the Hermit card, as I said earlier, you know, you might come to find that you do possess some of these qualities. But man, that's just interesting because with the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like this is coming after this Tower, right? I feel like after this Tower, you know, the Wheel of Fortune's going to come. You're going to have good karma coming in. That's going to ultimately lead you to become this, you know, High Priestess archetype. And I feel like you're going to have this Knight of Swords here who's going to help you with that, right? He's going to, I say he, but it could be she, they, you know, whomever, could really help you, you know, push forward, push through, you know, these negative feelings and through the Tower moment that you're going to have, right? So if someone like that comes into your life, or you know someone who, you know, like that in your life, just know that you can rely on this person to help push you through this situation and then ultimately get you, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, where you're going to have good karma coming in. You're going to have the Sun card. Everything's going to be nice and great. And then you're going to be this High Priestess archetype where you're going to be kind of have that sense of relief. And then that, I feel like what I'm feeling right now is that sense of knowing that you made the right choice. That's what I'm feeling. It's like in the end, like, even though you have all this doubt that's going to occur, I feel like in the end you have this sense where it's like, I trusted my intuition, I did what was right, and I made the right choice. So that is what I'm feeling with that. All right, Scorpios, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that resonated with you guys. If not, please make sure to check out your other signs, specifically Sun, Moon, and Rising, as that is the intention that I do these readings with. Yeah, so just leave a comment, like, subscribe if you know, feel so drawn to. Oh, and my dog's barking. Oh no. He's fine. Yeah, leave a comment, like, subscribe if you feel drawn to. All my social medias are in the description below. If you want to book a private reading with me, my email is there as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you very, very much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.